Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome back. Happy Sunday. Good afternoon. I know there's a little bit of surprise being here, especially on the weekend. I haven't done this for a bit, but since having my other mic crap the bed on me and having to get a new one, I had to go through and get this one set up. So hopefully the audio is good and decent for everyone. If not, just let me know. Nice thing is it can be adjusted, so but yeah, my plan for today is basically we've got one last trip to do, and then we have finished off what is essentially the base game map and the Going East expansion so far. But I think I might work a little bit of magic here after we're done and see if I can make it so maybe it's not all we have left. um But yeah, anyway, with that aside, I'm gonna get this back up and going here. Okay. Alright. And yeah, we are hooked up. Everything is good. Here, I'll jump us on in. There we go. Hello, hello. Oh, yeah, and as you can see, we're already good to go. I did manage, because before last stream, when we were doing this, we still had Rostock to discover, and then Evermund? I don't, like I said before, I'm probably going to butcher most of these names, but that is okay, we'll get there at some point, I'll get most of them. But yeah, off stream, I managed to get a trip over to here, so we got that one off the list. And I finally, after a few times of sitting there and resetting, got us a trip into here. And if we go into the freight market, oh, sorry, I guess we missed one, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. This was the tricky one. This one I can find stuff to get to. So basically, once we get this one done, I'm counting that as good enough. We'll call that as finished off the main part, being, all of this. And then from here, once we get this dropped off, like I said, I'll probably do a little bit of off-screen magic, as they like to say, and work something in, and we can probably go maybe a little bit farther north is what I'm thinking. So yeah, that's just my thoughts so far. But before we get too far, and before I get too far ahead of myself here, let's take this. We'll go get this dropped off. It's just a load of used packaging. And after looking at my thing here, I so love the fact I have this page on the sim dashboard that just gives me like all the information. So, whereas this tells me how long we have to do it, so we have 5.5 hours. This will actually tell me how long it's going to take us to get there, everything like that, the distance it is. So, looking at it, and basically we have 5.5 hours to do a just over 2.5 hour trip. So, I think we'll be okay. One nice thing about being able to somewhat mostly pause this, right, is I can get trailer loaded, and then as long as I go into the menu, it'll just kind of sit there. It won't actually like progress the time. So you can log out, you can quit the game as long as right? Like you're in the menu first, it'll just keep that time, it'll save it, hold it for you, and you can just jump back in, keep going, which I have definitely done a few times. But yeah, like I was saying, enough of me friggin'. Yep, my head off here. We'll save that for some of the driving. Yeah, I'm sitting here, got the truck warmed up. So we're just gonna push our parking brake in. Got our hazards off. And let's see if I can still figure this out. Actually drive. Just gonna bring the wheel down slightly a little bit here so I can see. There we go. There we go. We're getting it. Can definitely tell I've been playing a little bit more American truck recently. Trying to drive a European truck is, well, definitely you can tell how jumpy they are, especially compared to the American trucks. But once we put something on it that actually has a decent little bit of weight to it, I think we'll be okay. Although, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're in at 44.6, so not too bad. I just need to remember that whatever they've been doing recently has made this like, super touchy. Like when I do that, like I'm just ever so barely pushing the pedal. Like stuff like that used to actually, like, you'd have to push the pedal in a fair bit. Now it's you barely touch the pedal and you're revving to the moon essentially. Like, it's a little ridiculous. And I get like it's supposed to help and stuff, especially once we get coaches and like the road trip and American truck, like coaches for Euro truck and road trip for American truck. But I just, I don't know, there just might be the fact that after playing so much American truck, like it's still, I still have my days that it is a bit weird, I guess I could say, to drive a European truck. Ooh, ooh. Make sure we don't roll into him here. Yeah, like I'm not even actually like trying to sit here. Sorry, that was me just not shifting. But like at the light trying to take off, like that's not me sitting here trying to rev it right out. That's me like ever so slightly, ever so barely actually touching the pedal. And it literally just takes itself and it shoots itself right up there in RPMs. And like I know 44,000 isn't usually like too bad of a load. Okay, I'm gonna be super gentle on this. Okay, okay. That's working a little bit better. But I mean, like, that was like super, super gentle. Oh, it's two-stage. I was expecting a three-stage Jake break. And I need three left lane. Oh, yep. Yep, it is. Okay, yeah, that is definitely my fault. That's my fault, my fault. Causing a little bit of fucked up shit here. Oops. Hey, oh, you gotta. Can't do that. If you're gonna sit here and come up beside me, that's fine. But just keep going. Like, oops. Oops. That was the sign. My bad. Yeah, I can definitely tell it's been a little bit since I've actually, drove. Or especially drove a European truck. Been a lot of American truck recently, so slowly getting used to it again. Pretty much had this trailer set and ready. I think it was shortly after last stream, and it's basically been sitting there waiting for stream, and it's like, yep, okay, I know, we will get there. And then my freaking mic decided to get the bed on me, and I was like, well, that's not helpful. So, and at first I was like, well, knowing my luck, it's probably the cable. The cat's probably got to it. So I checked the freaking cable, and yeah, there's a little tear in the case and everything, but it looked like everything was still intact. Everything was fine. I was like, well, let's just try another cable. And it kind of worked out that my mom has a Cricut, and I could just take the cable from that. So I took that, plugged the mic in, and there's just nothing. Like, the computer would kind of have a little moment where it would say, like, it's in use by this, but it's like, it's not even actually hooked up. So, yeah, kind of, it's like, oh, wow. And then when I did have it actually plugged in, it wouldn't show up in anything, not my settings, not Naruto, not, like, nothing. It's like, well, alright, so I guess my mic's done. Even with a good cord, it's like, nope, nothing. It'll say it's in use, but there's nothing. Not in any settings or anything anywhere. No matter how much I tried it, couldn't get audio out, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not recording a video. Can't really stream. So I went looking, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I could get another one that's pretty much the same thing. And like, because a whole bunch of like the Amazon microphones and stuff like that are really similar. And I was like, or do I bite the bullet and actually go for a little bit more of like somewhat of a mainline microphone, name brand stuff? And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I went on and I went looking, and the Elgato Wave Neo ended up being on sale a little bit on Amazon. I was like, you know what? Freaking good enough. So I ordered that. That's what I ended up getting brought in. And then, yep, once that came in, it was okay. Set it up, like plug it in, get it set up. Had to add a few extra filters and such, but I think it's not doing too bad. Like I said, I don't know. When it comes to audio on the mic, I'm gonna need feedback and such, because, well, I can't quite hear it. But I know after doing a couple recordings, it's like, okay, this sounds pretty okay. Like, from what I can see, and from what I can hear from videos. Which do also get recorded through the OBS, kind of like the streams do. So that's kind of the only basis I have to go on. But so far, I must say it is kind of nice. Like I got it, unboxed it. It's screwed right onto the arm that I have, so I didn't have to worry about that. And then, matter of just plug it into the computer, set it in OBS for the mic, go into Warudo, set it there, and it was pretty much good to go. And then I had to go and do a little bit of looking for settings and stuff for it. So after finding a couple helpful videos and such like that, I managed to get some settings, get some filters and stuff put in. So hopefully, oh, sure we don't hit the logger here. Hopefully, sounds good and everything. And yeah, no, I definitely must say I am absolutely impressed with the construction of it, everything, like the actual holder piece that goes on the arm, actually made out of friggin' metal. There we go. I don't know why I didn't want to go there for a second. I wasn't even on the clutch. And I was in gear. Okay, we're just gonna follow him, because it looks like we have to. Make sure we don't stall here. I must say, this is definitely a little bit new for getting into the yard. Basically, we should be able to go. Oh, so you're gonna make me crawl. Okay. Let's crawl up a little bit more. No. Okay, so something tells me maybe we shouldn't have followed the truck. We're supposed to go on that side, aren't we? Yeah, no, I freaking definitely got a lot more sensitive when it comes to pedal. I didn't back into the car. We are good. This way a little bit, and we'll get in. Ooh. That was a close catch. Okay, security check. Hoping we can Nope, before we get in there too far. Should be okay. I'm pretty sure I do have one of the axles up, so turning should be a little bit better. Here? Oh yeah. Oh, that's exactly the way we needed to come in. Right. Figure out where we're going here. I will say this is definitely gonna be a little fun to try and get out of when we're done. Okay. How far up is... Oh, it's literally like all the way at the end. Okay. Oh, and this one. Next one. Oh, I see it. Right there. Okay. Looking at this, I think the best way to do it probably gonna be one over here. And then we can just back in from up here. Oh, Mickey, hey-o. How's it going? Okay. Oh, I butchered that. I apologize. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. It's greatly appreciated. Currently throwing this guy in a spot here. Okay. Come on. Nice and easy. I'm not doing too bad. Oh, dealing with little things. Alright. Get this real quick. There we go. Let's see. Two. Yeah, enough. Yeah, I don't know what the friggin' what SES has been doing with some of the sensitivity and stuff behind the scenes, but some of it is a little ridiculous, or I am just that, like, out of touch when it comes to driving a European truck as opposed to the American ones. Yeah, I definitely have days, like, especially recently, in both games, like, I don't know if it's I'm stalling the truck that much more, or like just woke up. Oh, nice, nice. Woke up and came here. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just gonna be a chill day. We're finishing the map, and then maybe adding to it. That's what I'm thinking. From 9 a.m. I want to say. Well, it's definitely European side, but also that'd be a little farther than Europe, because I don't think Europe has that much of a gap. Hmm. Country and a continent. I'm honestly not even sure. I can't even remember most of my geography level right now. Apparently has crap to bed like my old Mike did. I'm not sure. Okay. Where was I? Right. Right. Check this. Okay, so I got that one. I said I wasn't counting that one because that takes nothing. Quick double check here. Okay. Gave up on it. Australia. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Then here I was like, it's I know other side of the world from me. And it's like not quite Europe. A little bit different time there. I'm Aussie. Nice, nice. Nothing wrong with that. All are welcome here. I don't judge anyone for anything, because why? I feel like it's stuff like that uh, well, that kind of works out, because I'm gonna flip this over real quick while I do something here. So I'm gonna close this for a second here. Do that. And also, I can do this. This man. That. I'll click here. Good, good. Right. That should be on. Jump in again, find out. Take that off the phone there. Okay. Alright. Open. And just click in. Work. But we'll find out in a second once we get loaded in here. Okay. In career. Okay. Then kick in. Yeah. That's okay. Head back out. Okay. Okay. That's the case. Try closing that. I guess it's what happens when you wanna grab a DLC or two, or maybe a few. Okay, go. I think I found it. Pretty sure I found it. Okay. I think that was it. Let's try this again. And oh, is this just a moment? Like, did it work? I hope it worked. Okay. Continue. Yes. And that's what I thought would happen. And there we go. Okay. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Oh, and of course, he has no service. That's okay. We'll just jump down over real quick. But, yes. Special transports. So, yeah, if I kind of haven't gave it away on myself already, here I'll jumps back in. But let's just say, went at it a little bit more. So, we basically have finished off the main part, like the base game, plus the one DLC. I was like, well, I could have a moment like, okay, we'll finish off the one run, then I could be like, oh, well, that's it, we finished the map, we're done, right? End it for the day. I was like, no, I gotta do something, so had this basically sitting in the cart, waiting and ready. So when we did finish our run, it was just a matter of, what was it? Buy it. Right, let it do its thing. So we can now add that in after having this all added in as an expansion. We now get all this that we get to go and drive through. And I will say, some of these spots, some of these roads look pretty freaking gnarly. Like, looking at a couple of these corners and stuff and curves, and it's like, oh god. Like this, like what is this? But yeah, there's supposed to be a whole bunch of new stuff with Scandinavia DLC. That's why I went with that one next after the Going East. Like a whole bunch of new loads, new spots, new like ferry lanes, stuff like that. And I figure since we were literally right up here anyway, kind of worked out pretty perfect as the starting point, right? So, but before we get too far, I should probably see what is actually around us to pick up from. Because, well, last thing I want to do is have to run so far to basically turn around and backtrack so far. And that's Germany. That wouldn't be a bad one. And it puts us through most of it. Probably grab a couple cities along the way. I think that works for me. How's that one going? Okay. That's the one. Okay. I was like, where the crap did it go? Never mind. Yeah. 465. Pretty sure we have enough fuel for that. I mean, I'm not too worried that these places drop friggin' fuel stations like crazy, so. Yeah, no, it works for me. That gives us a good start into the DLC. I know it ain't too much, because literally everything is like right here. But there's definitely a good chunk of little towns and stuff in here, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of it, especially for Sweden. But at least for this trip, we can venture through Denmark and get a look at that. And alright, good enough for me. Get this set here and make our way over. Oh, it's gonna lag on me now, isn't it? Just because I haven't actually fired it up properly. Oh, not too bad, just a little spot. Not too bad. Okay, it's being weird. And see the thing though on my map saying that it is. Button boxes are great a lot of time, don't get me wrong. Sometimes when that key wants to act up, that key's gonna act up. Okay. Got out of my eye for a second. Where are we? Okay, then I should be able to. That. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely do love these things for the turning circle. My question is this gonna actually pop up here once I get out to the road, or? And I hope so. There we go. That's a little bit better. At least it tells me which way I'm going. Trying to be so freaking so gentle on it. Yeah. It said I find like rush hour or something, but not quite. Yeah, let's make this a little bit easier on myself. We'll just go and sit inside. Mention it should make it not quite as loud. Although everything, I think for the most part, should be okay. I haven't really changed anything other than swapping out the mic. I mean, I did go through, I finally went to the store and I finally went and got some wire loom. And I took a good chunk of the cords, a few of the cords, and put them all together and away there. for the most part, actually just out of the way and cleaned up a bit, so the setup isn't a complete rat's nest. But yeah, that definitely took a little bit. That was pretty much pull the one monitor off, unplug everything, like completely like shut down everything, unplug everything. Okay, how far can I can go for a little bit. Ooh. Oops. I'll just turn this on real quick. Them for letting us in. Here we don't hit the bus here. Oh, 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 oh. No, not too close. Yeah, no, I don't know if they've like upped the sensitivity for most of the pedals or what, but I don't know, something feels a little bit off. Like I said, that might also just be the fact that I'm used to driving an American Truck Sim, especially compared to Euro Truck Sim. Over. Try not to slow down too much. There we go. Don't really think it matters if we stay to the inside or outside here. Really think so. They're quite that high. Definitely has become a little bit of a moment of kind of like reteaching myself how to drive standard and stuff. Like just how sensitive it is. It's like, holy crap. Okay, free market. That one. Big job. It's not. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's literally right. Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case. Oh, okay, say, why are we going forwards when we should be going backward? Okay, back into this guy. Oops. I reverse, please. Thank you. Are we? No, we're too high, aren't we? Ah, freaking thought so. Oop, oop. I'll go down. There we go. There we go. Okay. Trailer. Reset suspension. That camera. Gear, and we are good to go. Oh. There we go. Is there actually? Oh, there is. But that's not opened. I don't really think it matters which one I go out. Looks like we even have a... Yeah. That's just in there. Okay, that looks like a steerable axle in the back there. I'd have to take a look at that for a second. Kind of curious now. Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. That's why I said go the other way. That makes sense now. We're gonna get those back on this side, fix this here. Whoops. Oh, bad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Steerable axle. Back in the trailer. That's just what I thought. I do have to say that is one nice thing the Euro truck has that American truck doesn't. Is a bunch of the normal freight market trailers all actually have steerable axles or drop axles or like basically it kind of actually gives me a reason to be able to use like my button for trailer axles and stuff like that, right? Get in here. Lift up, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So let's get up to the speed here and hold speed. Oh no. Yeah, no, with these things being as touchy as they are, trying to actually hold a speed is a little bit trickier than you would think. And you actually going fast enough? Or am I... Need to get back over. Okay. Well, apparently it's a good thing I'm paying attention. If I wasn't, the game was gonna smack me over and be like, hey, you can't go this way. You gotta go this way. Yeah, that one was probably a little quick. Oops. Oops, oops. Okay. Reset that. I feel leaving that on was gonna be a little bit of a pain. I guess the fact that we also actually have a friggin' somewhat warm day today too is not helping. Crap, I've only been sitting here for an hour and I'm already freaking sweating. Like, holy crap. Having a room that's on the freaking west wall of the house, because all the afternoon sun just cooks it. Of course, you get all that heat, and then you get the heat from the frickin' computer and the two monitors, two monitors, the TV. That's just for the computer setup, and then there's the big TV that's hooked to the PS4, and well, that little bastard cranks out heat like no frickin' tomorrow some days. Holy crap. Even when got one of the standing frickin' air conditioners, and keep up with it like a little bit earlier in the day, and like you don't really do anything, it will actually do pretty good. It keeps the room nice and cool. I haven't tried streaming with it on, just because, well, that's a very little chunk of power. Right? Like you add in my whole setup and everything, and then you add the power of an air conditioner on it. It's like, yeah, it's a little close to pulling breakers, and I'm like, don't really want to deal with that. Just, yeah, we went through and basically did like a circuit check kind of thing, and it's like, hey, this breaker freaking shuts off, you know, this and whatever else. Found out friggin' my room and the one front plug-in is and my bathroom are all connected, and then like there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's connected really weird, and some stuff it's on its own. It's like, why is that on its own? And it just don't make any sense, and it's like, okay, alright. So we went through and relabeled them, and so they're actually like properly labeled. We know what they are. But yeah, finding out basically what's all on my one little circuit, and that's like, I don't want to add too much to that. End up causing it to blow breaker or worse. Freaking heat up too much. They have definitely had electrical outlets warm up, and it's like, that's a bit sketchy. There we go. There we go. Okay. Gentle with it. Don't need to rev it right out. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna have to sit here one of these days and just work on my frickin' my takeoffs and stuff. Cause like some of them, like that one wasn't bad. Like that one was pretty decent. But then you have some other ones, and it's like, you know, that wasn't really good at all. Oh, I gotta take a right out of here. Oh, hope you guys give me enough room here. I would imagine they do. They don't usually put something like this in if you can actually make it. It means we go a little bit wider. That's all. Oh yeah. Nothing to worry about. I guess that's another thing is they're not big frickin' 53-foot trailers like I'm used to in American Truck Sim, so I don't quite have to go as wide. Other stuff, that's the other thing is I don't have a stretch truck to deal with. It, like, it's got a little day cab. Even though it's not actually a day cab and there is a sleeper on it. Yeah, you get a little day cab, like cab over, and like those things are like, those are like super small, and it's like, wow. Yeah, okay, so we go in here. And just a little bit over this. I mean, Ugh. Okay, how are we? I guess I probably should check on this before we get too far. How are we doing for gas? Okay, we're still cool. We're good for gas. Alright, let's reset that. Now the next thing is we can still check out the scenery. We should be. Yep, okay, yep. We are actually in Denmark. So, little crossing we were just at was border. I was expecting a little bit more for the border. I will say that. Like, I was definitely expecting a little bit more for a border crossing instead of just a tiny little, like, like just a little crossing we had, right? Like, usually with that, it's, you got a whole freaking extra building, stuff like that. Like, it's, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not quite complaining. It was nice and easy to get through, right? Like, you just pull up, you hit your button, hit wait for the gate, you're done, and away you go. So, I can't really complain about that. Just means we'll have to wait and see at some point, once we get down the road a bit, how friggin' how nice the other ones are, I guess I could say. See how much detail, see how big they are once we get to the other DLCs and stuff. Because there was definitely a couple I was sitting there, it's like, okay, I could go with this one, I could go with this one. But, yeah, like I said, I ultimately ended up going with the Scandinavia DLC because it connected pretty much right to where we were, which worked out really well. And it really wouldn't have mattered which one we went with, except for I think a couple of them. Did you need DLCs to get to those DLCs kind of thing? Like I was looking at Greece because it was a little bit cheaper, and I was like, well, hang on a second. Before I can even think of putting Greece on, I need to get down to here, and then I need to get this, and it's like, okay, good to know. Yeah, there's definitely a couple. It's like, alright, I need that DLC before I can get that DLC. That's another reason I went and got Scandinavia too, because this opens up the Nordic horizons for us. Right, so like once we're done Scandinavia um DLC part, get all this discovered and everything. Next one we can do, like if I do Nordic horizons is the next one, right? Like we can literally just keep going north and connect everything. Or if I say switch it up and go with like Italia and Viva la France, stuff like that, and it's like just do the bottom half of the map, right? Get that stuff going. I'm not too sure. I'll have to wait and see how it goes. And I mean, if it sale ends up coming up when I'm probably thinking of doing some DLCs, maybe I'll friggin' grab a couple of them and we'll go from there. Ah, Dark Wolf Tobias, welcome in. Thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Hope y'all enjoying the drive. I know it's not too much to look at, but we are technically in new territory, for me at least. But I am a bit behind when it comes to Euro Truck Sim. So I just picked up the Scandinavia, sorry, Scandinavia DLC today. So we're heading north from the south end of Denmark and heading up to the top. One little stutter at a time. Definitely have to say, some days I love these games in new freaking areas. Like, joined in past some time. How you doing? Ah, sweet. No problem at all. Definitely freaking always welcome in. Kill time, whatever else. I'm not doing too bad. I'm kind of starting to get to the point. It's getting a little hot in the room. It's like, but other than that, I'm doing pretty decent. Make sure we keep ourselves on the road here. I know how tippy these trucks can be sometimes. Like, you don't have it hooked to a trailer. You get going with a little bit of speed and then just a slight curve even, and you'll send this thing right over. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, no, I'm definitely thinking once we get this one done, probably call it for today. Probably call it a little bit on the shorter side. Oh, actually, hang on. Move over and get out of the way here. Of course. Here to get my stuff set up, start tour in ETS. Almost 2 in the morning, yeah. Probably. Oh, yeah, 2 in the morning is probably not a great time, especially if you've got neighbors and stuff to be doing a whole bunch of stuff, especially with setup. Like, I know how noisy my setup can be sometimes, moving it around and all that, and it's like, yeah, I'll wait and do that during the day. But yeah, no, like I was saying, I think once we drop this one, I'll probably call it a nice little short stream for today. Cause yeah, I wanted to just to finish off the main map, get started on the new DLC, but it was also a little bit of a day to check the mic, make sure the new mic is actually working good. So see how that does. So far, like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, construction of it and stuff, like with the materials, like it's actually really good. It's really nice. And like my old one, which I am still actually using the arm from, but it was I think $35-40 for the whole thing. So stepping up to an Elgato Wave, even if it is just the Neo, right? Like that's a decent little step up for a mic. And I must say, it shows. 'Cause, like, even just the normal mic stand that came with it, just the base of it has, like, probably more weight than my old mic itself did entirely. And like that, the mic isn't like it's a normal it's compared to a lot of things it would be light, but like for a mic it's like it's got a little bit of weight to it. Um, like this one weighs probably, I don't know, the mic itself half as much as the old one, but just the stuff like the stand is made out of and like the base of it, like it's actually built good and it's sturdy and like I was definitely a pleasant surprise even for it being like the beginner stage and like the step in for Elgato. Just the quality difference is like holy crap. Okay, where doing? Good, good, because I need to move lanes. I think I've got to go probably all the way over. Oh, yep. We're just gonna sneak over here. Oop, oop, oop. A little far over on that one. My bad, my bad. How far out are we? We are... Okay, apparently I can't quite trust that entirely. That doesn't show the right distance. My sim dashboard is showing me a distance of like 12 miles right now, even though we're like 19. Oh, that's why. Ha ha ha. I never even thought the frickin'... I didn't even look at that. Okay, that's my bad then. Never mind. Very cool. Okay. Sorry, just give me 1 second here. I want to make sure I don't hit the other truck, essentially. Okay. Pick it up right, went from headset mic to a toner Q9 bucks. I'm from years ago, it's holding pretty good, great quality, my nice. Yeah, definitely cannot complain with that. The one I was using was a Aokio, I think is how I would probably say it. It's just the one I found on Amazon for cheap, and I mean it did pretty decent. Like I couldn't really complain with it. It's just yeah, I went to sit down and record a video the one day. I think like not even a week ago, something like that. I'd love Amazon for having pretty quick shipping. Like the new one was here, and I think like next day, if not the day after that. So I definitely could not complain about that. But yeah, the original was basically just a cheap Amazon one. It was like $35 Canadian for the whole setup, and it's like boom mic arm, the desk clamp, the boom holder for the mic itself, the actual mic itself, cord, and it's like pretty good. It was actually like a pretty decent quality mic. So I couldn't complain there. But yeah, I literally sat down, went to go test some stuff before I actually like hit record and all that, and I had nothing. I was like, well, I guess I'm not recording anything if I have absolutely no audio. Okay. That's not too bad. Good. Yeah. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. There we go. Other mirror. Oh, back to that mirror. Feel it? That was good enough for me. Hold fire. Then prevent some res fucking wheel and play ETS. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, it'd definitely be a fun time. I know I was thinking of checking out the new 1.60 open beta, but thinking might leave that for another day. Might also just wait for that to actually come out so I don't have to worry about breaking mods or anything. I'm not too sure yet. But I'm gonna get this guy dropped, and then, well, one nice thing, there is a lot right beside us, so let's go park there. We'll call her for a day, and then I can do my usual ending stuff, because, well, my computer's a pain in the butt some days. Still at 155, yeah, oh yeah, I believe it. And I mean, I absolutely get it. You've got all the mods and everything going. It's like, I don't want to lose them. I don't want to break them. Like, don't. I'm just gonna hold off on updating. Around here. Park. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Nice and easy into the spot. Far enough in spot? Yeah, far enough in spot. Good enough for me. Alright. Or completely get stuff done. Go back over here for a minute. This. Oh. Oh, yeah, I forgot something. That off. Okay. We can get rid of this. I definitely like to figure out why it does that every now and again, but it's, and just at this point it's whatever. I just deal with it. um. Yeah, I know if I raid out and then try and close everything, I'll like freeze my computer up for like 5 minutes. can't do anything. It's like, alright, not dealing with this. So just quickly close everything essentially before we raid out, and then when we raid out, I can stop and it doesn't hurt anything. Yeah, game closed, that closed. And here. Great. Following who is on the ICANN. I don't think there's too many people. I think only one probably would be Ari. Which, I mean, probably isn't a bad thing. I was probably going to end up heading over there after stream anyway. So, that works. Head over there, hang out with Ari and the glow sticks, and have a good night. Everything with them. Oh, okay. Started. This. Okay. Alright. And then one last thing. Whoop. Alright, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me today. I know it was a little bit of a short one, especially compared to the one we usually do and have done. But like I said, it was kind of a little bit of a test day for the mic and other stuff. And then, yeah, I was not quite expecting a little bit of hiccup there with the DLCs, but it happens. Either way, like I said, I'm gonna pray it out, let everyone hang out with Ari. Thanks again for coming. Hope everyone has a good day or night. I'll see you guys next time. Catch you later.